Hi everyone, it's Keith with Arkenberg Farms. I'm out here in the greenhouse doing some winter harvest today. I've been on YouTube a little bit lately. I don't usually mess around all that much on YouTube anymore, but I've noticed quite a few videos talking about how unprofitable winter market gardening can be. And that's true in the aspect of you usually don't make a ton of money in the winter seasons simply because you don't have as much of a market. Farmers market shuts down. The ones you go to probably aren't the best in the world. But for me, it has always been one of the most profitable times when you look about the amount of time you physically spend on your farm. So I'm going to get in here harvesting, talk to you a little bit about it, kind of explain where that comes from. So let me show you. Winter market gardening for me has always been one of the most profitable times per year based on the amount of labor you actually spend. Now, this week alone, we got a pretty nice pack list going. We're only doing about 250 in sales during the winter. Not a huge number, but I'm only spending 4 hours total, and 2 of those hours are actually doing the deliveries for them. Now, this would not be a real sustainable plan if you're dependent on farmers market sales, because let's face it, people just don't go to the farmers market during the winter like they do the summer. And on top of that, you're working with an extremely limited supply. I mean, as you can see behind me, that's all the lettuce I've got left. Over here on this side, that's the spinach row. It's gone. I had to completely cut it off. But what I do have is a lot of storage crops too. We've got carrots still in the ground here. They go all the way up this bed, which will get us through maybe a couple more weeks. Then we've got onions in the walk-in still. We still got potatoes in the walk-ins. We got daikons in the walk-in. So we have different varieties of stuff just waiting to be harvested. Also got herbs down there on that far side, which, believe it or not, they're down to about 5 degrees Fahrenheit, and they're all still living just fine, and they're barely even covered on the north side, which is the cold side. That brings back to the way we actually look at profitability on the farm. So with profitability on a small farm like this, there's really very few metrics you can actually look at to get a good baseline of how you're making money. The only one that I've ever actually determined is looking at the number of hours you spend per week and the total income you earn that week. Very, very important metric. So if we're making, just say for easy numbers, $240 a week, spending 4 hours doing it, then we're getting in return about $70 of income per labor hour. Again, I've done past videos on this to kind of demonstrate how this is a number you need to know so you can determine how much to pay yourself more than anything. You also have to know your average infrastructure cost, which you knock out of that as well. But during the summer, when I'm cranking on this thing and I have no employees, just me, well, spring is usually when that happens, we're looking at $30 to $40 per labor hour. So at this point, we're at double that. And even if I was actually going around and doing the little bits of cleanup I need here and there, which I've been putting off until later this winter, I mean, even if I'm spending another 4 hours per week doing that, then still I'm at the exact same level I would be during my main season. So how is it not profitable? I mean, yeah, you're not making a couple $1,000s off farmers market sales, and you're probably making maybe 1/10 of your total income per week during the winter. But you don't have to do much. I mean, you literally come out, harvest exactly what you need, then go from there. So the other things I've been working on this season is trying to put the least amount of labor into everything. Basically, kind of gotten a little lazy on the farm. We'll go out in the field to kind of show you. If you look around my field blocks, not the cleanest in the world. We actually removed a lot of grass. We took all the plastic mulch and all the walk path fabric out of here, and I still have some to pick up out here. But the point of that was not doing too much to burn time, to burn hours out of the income per hour metric that we're looking at to determine the profitability of the farm. I've got winter weeds popping up. They aren't going to flower. I'm not even worried about it, because I know if I do anything out here, they're just going to come back up anyways. The greenhouses are somewhat disarray, but I'm not growing anything in this winter, so I'm going to kind of just let them freeze. I mean, you can see all the grass down the center of this. It's actually been pulled. Got a worker out here doing this, and I threw it all into the middle, which was bad because now there's grass seed down the middle of the greenhouse. So it's something I'm just gonna have to watch for next season. Haven't worried about cleaning out this path in the middle at all. It's just is what it is. Tired of messing with it. Too much labor, can't get a lawnmower in there. And then the lovely tomato house, still full of dead tomatoes. But I've got it open on both ends, so I'm kind of cooking it out. Got my son and his buddy, they're gonna come in this winter. Maybe I will tear this thing out. This is one thing I do not like doing on the farm. I'd rather have somebody else do it, to be honest with you. I grow them up, I don't want to take them down. We're gonna head back over, finish this week's harvesting order, and get this thing wrapped up. I continued harvesting in here, and I hit another major milestone I've never hit before. I am out of lettuce. Now, my online orders have been about triple, maybe double what they have been in past winters. And me trying to be more efficient this season, I didn't plant as much. This year, it's actually come back to bite me because I'm completely out of greens now. Never happened on this farm have I not had greens to sell. And that's in 10 years of doing this now. But what I do have is carrots. So I'm gonna keep harvesting these bad boys, get them ready for sale for the orders as well. But like I talked about earlier, seeing a lot of information on YouTube about how it's not profitable in the winter. And I don't necessarily want to call that misinformation as much as just bad information. I mean, it's what happens. People get out there, they farm for a year or two, they start making YouTube videos. I'm somewhat guilty of that myself. I started rather early, but I started rather early with just the stuff I was building on the farm, not giving full farm advice. So you do find a fair amount of bad information on YouTube and other platforms. And that's kind of where the last year, that's where I've been working on the Market Garden Farm School to provide a guide, good information, step by step, how to actually do things on your small farm to make them profitable, because we don't want to be out here just for the fun of it. I mean, people love the culture, the work, the community, but at the end of the day, if you're not making money at this, you're not farming, you're just out here with a hobby, making a little side cash, not trying to run an actual business. And that's where the other side of it is, where I've started working on creating the grower's blueprint to work on the beginning aspects of your farming adventure, not just honing in your actual activities that you're doing. So I'm working on that. That'll be out sometime 26. Got some more news on that next week, where I'll be working on the homestead, putting the addition on. I did the one video not too long ago pouring the foundation for it. Got wrapped up in a kitchen remodel down at my mother's house. Got that wrapped up. So I've been framing it up for about a month. Really time-lapsing it all. Very fun to watch. My one-man crew out there. So I make progress, keep going, keep working on stuff, keep building, keep educating, because basically what I always intended to do. Never intended to come out here, become a millionaire, growing produce by hand, because that is not the ultimate goal. But we got holidays coming up. Enjoy time with your family, with your loved ones. I wish everyone Merry Christmas, because I probably won't see you before then. Happy holiday. Everybody be safe, have fun, enjoy your families, keep farming. Thank y'all. Have a good day.